Hello everybody, it's Jack here, welcome back to another video, and today we are back once again playing Genshin Impact. And now this is kind of a big episode here. A little bit, I mean, like, I don't do very much in this episode, it's a bit of a shorter video, but nonetheless, it's kind of a big episode. This is episode 50. I feel like this series has really quite come a long way, actually. I feel like the way I edit and the way I do things has changed a lot progressively. I feel like it's improved a lot since, like, the first video. Then again, I think anything might have improved since that first video, if I'm gonna be honest right now. The first video I'm fairly certain is the one where it has, like, the bit of footage that's flipped the wrong way around, and is, like, not, and then the footage that is flipped the correct way around isn't proportional to the screen. So I think just about anything could have been better than that, but, you know, I guess it also could have been much worse. I don't know how it could be much worse. I don't know, the footage could just be, you know, constantly corrupted and just blurry as crud. I guess, well, would that be worse? Yes. Yes? Okay, I'm gonna argue that's probably a lot worse. You could, the other ones you could at least still watch and kind of see what's going on, versus if it was just constantly corrupted and blurry and whatnot, it would just look like, you know, like an abstract painting the entire time, and maybe that wouldn't be the most enjoyable viewing experience ever. But nonetheless, it's episode 50, and that's really quite, I think that's really, I always find it very amazing when I make it to, like, points in the series where it's like I'm still doing it, and it's been so many episodes. Like, the same sort of thing happened with the Pixelmon. It was still just, like, I mean, Pixelmon was obviously on a larger scale of this. I'm fairly certain I made it to 150 on that currently. I don't actually remember how many I was there, but it was a lot. And I think always when you make it to those sort of points is like a really impressive sort of thing. That's just like, yep, have you made, oh, 157. I was right. I was like almost dead on with that. 157. But I always think that's like a really impressive thing just to get to those like points, like those big numbers in like video series like this. Like you don't see that a lot, especially not anymore. I feel like I think, like, you know, Stampy did his Lovely World for forever, and I feel like Stampy did a lot of his series for a very long time, whereas like a lot of other Let's Plays don't like do series for like this long. Of course, this is probably just has to do with the way that YouTube is now versus it was, you know, all those years ago when all those big series were just, that's the only thing anybody wanted to watch, so then just having long series just worked out. But nonetheless, I feel like I got a little off track there, but that's fine. But, yeah, we're doing Genshin Impact today. As you'd probably tell in the background that's been going on the entire time I've been just yammering, I believe what happened was after I finished Leeway's story quest, a lot of different people throughout Leeway just like had like the little exclamation points. That's what they're called. Good job, brain. They had like these little exclamation points and whatnot, and it was just, they had quests. Essentially, that's what I'm attempting to say here. There's a lot of new quests unlocked, and at this point in time, I was actually very good about doing my side quest, world quest, whatever the crud quests they are called. So, then that means I went through and I gathered all the little quests, and I slowly but surely started to actually like go through and do all of them, rather than just doing what I do now, which is I get a side quest, I stare at it, I'm like, I don't want to do it, and then I leave it to rot in my little like quest inventory until I have an inordinate amount of them that is overwhelming to stare at and do, so I just continually keep putting them off over and over and over again until I suffer and actually go through and do them. Painstakingly go through and do them. Which has not happened recently. I haven't put off enough yet to actually want to go do them. We're slowly getting there. I'm fairly certain I have like 20. And I haven't even done, like, I'm fairly certain I'm not through Sumeru yet, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna die doing world quests. There's so many. There's so many. And Inazuma's world quests are so, I don't like doing Inazuma's world quest. I like its story. I did not like doing those little tiny quests, and I do not like treasure hunting there. Leeway Mondstadt, that was all fine dandy. Inazuma, not so much. But I'm sure that was kind of apparent that I didn't mind doing that in like Leeway and Mondstadt, since I actually did so much of that already. Like I think at this point Mondstadt and Leeway are pretty high up on the exploration, and then also all their world quests I have done very consistently in like little blips throughout the videos. That's what I'm making. I'm making a video. Wow, my brain is really fried. I don't know what the crud's going on. I have not had enough caffeine for this, I guess. I need more caffeine to be able to speak appropriately. I guess even then that's probably questionable. Even when I have copious amounts of caffeine, I still I still fumble a lot. So maybe that's not the answer. But nonetheless, I am just about done doing all the world quests I had. That I am currently just finishing them up. This was a good one. I like this one. This got me lots of nice little treasury bits and whatnots. It was good. And you see, this one got stun locked. It was great. I love watching all the enemies just somehow managing to get themselves stuck or like locked into just like one spot like that in the water, because it happens really quite often, like more so than you would think. And it always gives me just a little bit of joy every time I see it. just a little bit. Oh, this was a weird quest. This is one where you had to like look for good fortune things or whatnot. That was a weird one. I remember that very specifically. I don't remember how it really ends, but I remember doing that and being like, wow, this is really weird. Some of the dialogues in this game are very strange, you know? Like, some of the things you have to go do are very off and a little strange and whatnot. But, you know, I guess that's just the way that they wrote the world or whatnot. Made it a little eccentric.
Traveler, please, over here.
Hello,
Catherine. It has been a while
Catherine.
since you joined the Adventurers Guild.
Has
Are
it?
your adventures going smoothly?
I'm constantly at the Adventurers Guild, Catherine.
Is that so?
Not this one, but aren't you the same?
Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another
Are you sure they're
person to count on
indispensable?
is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
I don't have any dependable companions. I have Paimon.
Ah, yes.
Well, I won't say
I
that.
do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before.
Oh gee, wow, Paimon. I wonder where you could have heard that before.
Does that
Paimon, look at me.
look anything like hers?
Good question.
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? Eye patches can't prove that you're related anyway.
Thank you, Paimon.
That
Thank you. I was
stranger
thinking, I was
declined
about to
the
have the
guild's
exact same
invitation, so I
sass
said
about
that
that
I know everything
dialogue.
about the relationship
How
between
would
you
a
and Mr.
eye
Kaya.
patch equally mean they're related to
Nonetheless,
Kaya?
You can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's request.
What's limiting
And
about
should
the
this
guild?
stranger be a strong
Am I just like not
adventurer
allowed to murder
indeed,
people? Like,
he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
I don't know if I would call him a
Please don't
big
talk
help,
down
but
on
you
yourself
know,
like that.
that's some future.
You are the honorary knight of the
view right
Knights
there.
of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now. Well, as to further
That's
news
not a
about
good
him,
thing. I should not be
you
the
may
role
want to
model
ask
for
Mr.
this.
Lawrence.
I should
He
absolutely
stands guard
not
at
be
the
a
city
role
gate,
model here
so
in the
he may know
slightest.
something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. You're great. DAINSLEIF. There it is! Oh, this quest was great. Oh, look, my gambling addiction's kicking in. And, of course, my gambling addiction is back, like it always does. It always comes back. I believe I did this... for some reason, I had, like, a really big excess of Primo Gems. And I believe this was, like, the last blip for, like, Noelle's banner thing that you get, like, right at the beginning that I'm finally actually getting around to doing now. So, that's all we got. Unfortunately, I already had Ningguang. I really always like getting... I understand it's good to get multiple of characters, but I always like getting new characters. That excites me. So,
Oh yeah.
it was a little
I
saddening.
remember seeing someone
but
like that. A blonde stranger
anyways,
dressed in unusual
hello.
garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still,
How'd you
I didn't
lose
think that
him
this
if
was
he's
such a
in
huge
such
matter that we needed our
unusual
outrider to
clothing? How the
pursue
crud
by
did you
air.
manage to lose him?
As long as Master
Doesn't he
Jean
stick
is
out like a
here,
sore
there's
thumb?
nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
Yeah, she probably would.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason
How is
to
she
not
going to
tell her,
overreact?
no?
I think she's going to be fine if you tell her that there's just a
Anyways,
weird blonde
yeah,
in
he
town,
was at Wagner's
dressed
Smithy for a
weirdly.
while
I think
before
she's already
tied
heard that
down,
one
though.
before.
He might have said
Look at
something to
me.
Wagner.
Look at us.
You should go ask him. Maybe he
But-
has more news about our
Sadly, guys,
stranger.
that is all time for today. As always, I hope you'll have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!